Oh, hello and welcome, beautiful people. Today, we are here and we're going to do a practice on receiving support. That you are loved in this lifetime, you are supported in this lifetime. The universe wants to see you succeed and thrive in this lifetime. So, we're going to focus on that energy and also come into some power poses because it takes strength and power to receive support, but B, ask for it when you need it. So that's our whole theme, is just like support on support, support on support on support, because that is what I want for you, my love, is oodles and caboodles of support. So let's start in a comfortable seated position. Oh, making your way to the mat and finding something that feels cozy and natural to you. Perhaps you want to place a block or a pillow under the sits bones to lift your hips above your knees, but also to help you lift and lengthen tall through the crown of the head. Beautiful. We're going to start off by just making some circles here with the torso while I just talk a whole bunch and you can listen. Oh, big circles, small circles, just like beginning to move and connect to the body. So knowing in this space that everything I'm offering to you is an offering, not mandated, it's not a guarantee, right? Like you are allowed to listen to your body, feel into it, and figure out what's right for you. All right, reverse, going in the opposite directions. If I ask you to come into a pose, but it doesn't feel right, like I've said, or like it just straight up hurts, then that is your sign that's not what's up for you in this moment. And so you can move things around. You could go into a completely different pose. It's all good in the hood, my friend. Start to let your circle get smaller and smaller. And knowing that this is a safe space for sighs, moans, groans. We keep so much of our experience bottled up every day to, adhere to social norms, to be appropriate in the workplace, whatever it is. This is your place to just be freely and authentically yourself, and that includes with your voice. All right, now that you stopped circling and you've come all the way back to center, where head is over heart, heart is over the pelvis, a nice open line of energy, feeling yourself root down through the sits bone while simultaneously lifting tall through the crown of the head. Take a big deep breath in through the nose. And exhale, soften the shoulders down the back body. You can come to hands down on the thighs in a gesture of being a bit more reserved, a bit closed off, a warming gesture, right? You're like sort of closing off your energy. Or you can go palms up in a gesture of openness and receiving, also cooling down here. So just check in this moment of contemplating receiving support. What is it that you need? I'm going to guess it's a little bit of openness to receive that support with palms up, but it's up to you, my love, to decide. Oh, so sitting up nice and tall here, allowing the eyes to soften or close, and bringing the awareness to the breath in through the nose, out through the nose. Continuing to breathe in and out. Dropping in, bringing your awareness into this magnificent body. This body that does so much for you every day. This body that deserves to just be reveled in your glory, your deep appreciation for all that you are able to do without comparison against what others can do. Just genuine, authentic adoration for this body that enables you to do acts of love in the world, that enables you to move in some capacity, to be here today, where each breath is a gift. Beginning to imagine in your mind's eye that you are standing in a circle, and circled around you is every person ever loved you, supported you, offered you guidance and counsel in your life. Your friends, families, loved ones that want to see you thrive, who see you at your best and hold you in that place, even when you're at your worst. Here, encircled in this loving boundary, all of this love and awareness radiating towards you at the center. And perhaps even layering on a second circle of any gods or goddesses or angels or spiritual beings, whatever it is, that might also offer you some counsel and comfort in this time of needing and receiving support. And I want you to take a moment to just bask here. What is it like to be seen and held here? Beginning to deepen your inhale, elongating the exhale. Imagining that you're physically taking into your body all of this energy, all of this positive energy radiating towards you. Breathe it in through the nose so that it can meld into every fiber of your being. And exhale to slowly release that same gesture back out into the world, knowing that you are capable of both giving and receiving this support. Big, beautiful breaths here, filling your lungs in all four directions, feeling the chest expand out. And exhale to slowly release it. And taking a moment to honor what a gift that breath was. And actively thank this next breath as you inhale through the nose. And exhale to slowly release it. Taking a few more deep breaths here, moving with your own time. And then I want you to bring a hand to the belly, a hand to the heart. Release that controlled state of breathing. And allow your body to just be. Feel what a few moments of intentional breath work, led meditation can offer you. Are you feeling more grounded, more centered? Are you feeling more held, more loved, more seen? Whatever's coming up for you, just take the time to honor and hold space for it. And then when you're ready, allowing the eyelids to flutter open, coming back to the space around you. And inhale to bring the arms out wide, side to side. Gaze follows as the hands come to touch overhead. And exhale to slide it down to heart center, chin to chest, tucking it in. Inhale to come up and out. Exhale to bring it on back down to home. Moving in a way where you feel graceful, where you want to be seen by the whole world for the beauty that you are in this moment. Using all of that inhale to lift and rise. And all of that exhale to slowly bring it back to heart center. Oh, excuse me. Chin to chest. One more breath cycle here. Inhale to lift the head, hands stay as they are, bringing one hand to the earth now. And inhale to lift up and then out and over to the side, coming into a side stretch. Pausing here, perhaps lifting the gaze up towards the ceiling. Always an option to keep that hand right on the hips and finding the same gesture in a more gentle way. Honoring where you are in this moment and what would best nurture you. Inhale to come all the way back through to center. And then lifting that hand straight up and using that exhale to come out and over. Pulling that top shoulder back so that heart space can radiate out into the world. Gaze can be straight ahead or lifted up. Let there be a little bit of inquiry here. What would feel best to you in this moment on this side of your body? Inhale to slowly rise up here. And then exhale, twist and turn, looking out past that back shoulder. Paying special attention to any pinching, numbness, tingling. This is your body asking you to be a little softer, a little bit more gentle. Much more common in the twist than it is in other postures in our practice today. So just taking the time to listen. Inhale to come back through to center. Exhale to twist and turn. Looking behind that other shoulder. And once again, just listening. What is it the body wants you to hear? What is aching to be heard, ready to be heard? Just waiting for you to have the time and space to hear. Any resistance or difficulties you come into in this practice, being committed to reacting with love and compassion towards the self. Inhale to come back through to center. This time rolling forward on the hands and knees, so any props can be scooched out of the way. Knees under hips, hands under shoulders. If you experience any sensitivity in the wrists, you can make fists with the hands. Tuck that belly button up and in, and really imagine that you're extending out through the crown of the head to create a nice flat back from the tip of the tailbone all the way through the crown of the head. From here, inhale, drop the belly, slide the shoulders together, tilt the pelvis, lift the gaze. Exhale, round the spine, tuck the chin into chest, belly button up and in. Creating a nice little flow here of inhale to open. Exhale to round. Moving with your own breath, your own divine timing, letting your body guide you. And always the option to continue with that imagery from the beginning of practice of breathing in that love, that well-intentioned support, that wish to see you thrive. And exhale to release it back out into the universe. One more breath cycle here. And exhale to round. And then inhale to return to that nice flat back. Once again, realigning in integrity, gaze straight on the earth beneath you. And then inhale, lift the right leg straight out back and behind you. Now, option to stay here, or inhale, lift the left hand straight out and in front of you. Coming into a balance here. Really connecting to those muscles in the core here. Taking a big deep breath in through the nose, and then option to layer on exhale. Pull everything into center here. Inhale to reach out. Exhale to bring it on in. Now, if you want to generate more heat, you can do this faster with a quickened breath. Or slow and steady wins the race. Yogi's choice. Whatever you choose, make sure it feels right to you, authentic to you. One last big breath in, and then exhale. Float it down. Walk the hands towards the front edge of the mat, and just take some hip circles here. All right, inhale, walk those hands back. Come back to center here. And then I think you can guess what we're about to do. Inhale, lift that left leg straight out, back and behind now. Option to add on the opposite arm, the right arm. And then on an exhale, bring it on in. Inhale to come out. Exhale to pull it in. Keeping it consistent with your breath, moving at a pace that honors where your body is in this moment, and drawing on that power to receive. Bring it on back to center this time. Bump the hips to the right, look over the shoulders to the right. Bump the hips to the left, look over the shoulders to the left, and be this like sweet little pendulum swinging side to side. Oh, beautiful. Palms rooting down into the earth. Tuck the toes here and lift the knees up off the earth. Maybe about 3 inches. So hovering table here. Keeping it active. Tapping into that well strength of power that is within you. And then exhale, drop those knees down. Beautiful. Inhale to lift the left hand towards the sky, and exhale, thread the needle, bring that left shoulder all the way to the earth, side of the head to the earth. Now hand can stay where it is. You could stretch right out in front of you, or you could inhale to lift it up to build a little bit more heat here. Another option here would be to extend that right leg straight up, and potentially also lifting that arm. That's a bit farther than I'm ready to go today, but explore, see if that's right for you. Two more breaths here, breathing deep. Connecting to your power, that power to receive, power to appreciate this body. And exhale, bring that hand back down. Inhale to press back up into that tabletop position. Inhale the left hand, inhale the right hand to the sky. Exhale, thread the needle, bring that shoulder all the way down to the earth here. Side of the head to the earth. Left hand can stay as it is. Extend to the front of the mat or lift to the sky. Option to also add on lifting that left leg. Choosing what's going to feel right for your body on this side. Knowing that you have all the tools you need to be successful in this space. And I believe in you. Proud of you for coming to the mat, for being here now. Take a big deep breath in through the nose and out through the nose. And then dropping that leg down if it's lifted, bringing the hand back down if it's lifted, pressing back up to tabletop, walking the hands towards the front edge of the mat. Big deep breath in and exhale, mount that forehead down towards the mat. Breathing deep here. Oh, taking the time to luxuriate here, to receive the support of Mother Earth beneath you. Knowing that you are consciously receiving the support of Mother Earth, whether or not you're aware of it, you're thankful of it. Inhale to slide those hands back under the shoulder. And then inhale, lift the right leg straight out, back and behind. Exhale, bend that knee, bring it all the way up and through. Right knee comes right by the right hand. Right foot is by the left thigh. Then slide the left thigh back and square the hip. So right hip comes back, left hip comes forward. And then look back to make sure that back leg is in a nice straight line, meaning that your hips are squared. Inhale, press into the fingertips, open up the heart space, gaze straight ahead or lift it up. Pausing here in pigeon. Breathing deep, tapping into your strength and power here. You are strong, yet you can receive. We don't always feel strong, right? Sometimes we need to receive the support because we're not able to offer it to ourselves, and that's okay too. We're allowed to have those days. Right, big deep breath in and exhale. Bring yourself down towards the mat. You could do arms stacked on top of arms. You could do fist stack on top of this. Just find something for your forehead to connect to if it's not going to make it all the way down to the earth on its own. Take a moment to appreciate and luxuriate this posture right now. Let it nourish your body. And commit to finding the times in your life where you can nourish your body on a regular basis. Inhale to begin to make your way back up towards King Pigeon, nice and tall. And then from here, bringing the palms flat on the earth, sliding up that back leg, and coming into tabletop once again. Making sure that belly button is tucked up and in, nice flat back. Inhale to extend the left leg straight out, back and behind. Exhale to bend that knee. Bring the right or left knee by the left hand, left foot by the right thigh. Slide that right leg back. So the farther back that leg goes, the deeper the stretch is going to be. And if these poses aren't available to you in this moment, you could always come into figure 4 position on your back. All right, left hip comes back, right hip comes forward, and coming up onto the fingertips, extending and lifting tall to the crown of the head. Breathing deep here. And then exhale, begin to soften, melt into that support. Allow yourself to just be, to let go, to surrender, to let gravity do the work. And breathe. Nice big breaths in through the nose and out through the nose. Breathing in that guidance, that loving counsel. And exhale to offer it back out into the world. Inhale to begin to gently make your way back up onto the fingertips, lifting tall here. And then exhale, palms to the earth, unravel, unwind, tucking the toes here. And then inhale to lift the hips up and back, downward facing dog. Walking the petals out here, perhaps looking underneath the armpit, side to side. Getting the most out of this. And then begin to find something that you can be static in, to stop moving for just a moment. And that might mean bending the knees a little bit to get that nice flat back. Neck in alignment with the arms. And a nice straight line of energy from the tip of the tailbone all the way to the crown of the head. Inhale, begin to step or hop all the way up to the front of the mat to come into a forward. Perhaps the hands come to the earth. If you need to, you can bend the knees to bring the palms to the earth or the fingers. And pausing here. Perhaps shaking the head no, side to side. Or yes, up and down. Beautiful. Slowly begin to roll up to a standing position, allowing the head to be the last thing that rises. And standing tall in mountain pose. Feet hip width distance apart, slight micro bend in the knees. Thighs active and engaged, pulling towards each other. Activating the abdomen to help you lift tall and extend to the crown of the head. Softening the shoulders down the back body. Pausing here. Breathing here. Standing tall at the top of the mat. And then using an inhale to take a big step back about a leg's length. Bringing that back foot to a 45 or 90 degree angle and pressing into the edge of that knife, the knife edge of that back foot, sorry. So that outer edge of the foot, front knee over front ankle. Nice, tall lift through the crown of the head like you're still in mountain pose. And then from here, turning the shoulders to be squared to the long edge of the mat. And opening up the arms side to side, shoulder height. Warrior two. Turning the gaze to look at what is coming towards you. Trusting and knowing in your heart of hearts that you have all the love and support in this world that you need to succeed. Everything that you need is already here. Inhale, that top hand lifts up towards the ceiling, that back arm comes to touch the back leg. Pausing here. Inhale to return back to that warrior two. Exhale to come up to peaceful warrior. Putting a little balance here. If you'd like to layer on a little bit more as you exhale, straighten that front leg. Inhale to come back forward, bend that knee. Playing with a little bit of movement in your practice, a little bit of Kriya. Inhale the next time that you straighten that front leg and lift up. Exhale, that front leg stay straightened. And then begin to lean forward with the arms as the hips go back. And then pivot, coming into triangle. Abdomen is active and engaged, stabilizing you here. That top hand could stay lifted towards the sky, or you could come into a bind by bringing that hand around the back of the body and tucking the fingers into the inner left thigh. Pulling that shoulder back, lifting the gaze towards the sky or straight in front of you. Making sure that you're not rounding the shoulders, collapsing into anything. Your abdomen is supporting you here. Breathing deep. Inhale to bring that hand back up towards the sky if it's not already. Exhale, bring that top hand to meet the bottom hand. Take about a half a step up and pivoting the torso to face the earth, coming into pyramid. Nice flat back here, shoulders soften down the back body, away from the ears. One more big breath in here. And then exhale, bend that front knee, bring the hands all the way down to the earth. And then take a big step back with the left foot, coming into plank. Pausing here, finding your strength, finding that power. The power to receive, the power to say yes. And then exhale, knees come to the earth, tops of the feet to the earth, melt the hips back and down, coming into child's pose or extended child's pose. If that would better meet your needs in this moment. Forehead comes to the earth, softening and surrendering. Inhaling to begin to rise back up, tucking the toes once again and lifting the hips up and back to come in to downward facing dog. Pedaling those feet out, paying attention to if this feels differently now that you've worked through a bit of a flow. Still an option to look under those shoulders. And then finding some stillness here. What does that mean and how does that change the posture for you? Hinging from those hips. And breathing deep here, letting your breath ground you and guide you. Inhale to step or hop back up to the front of your mat, allowing yourself to hang, to be. Shaking the head no, side to side. Shaking the head yes, up and down. And then when you're ready, slowly, ever so slowly, no rush, but to be here now. The head being the last thing to rise up. Standing tall in mountain to start. Breathing deep here. All right, inhale. Excuse me. That was cute. All right, try that again. Inhale. Take a big step back about a leg's length. Once again, pressing into the nice edge of that back foot at a 45 or 90 degree angle, whichever feels better for your body. Bending that front leg, front knee over front ankle here. Finding that lift. So just like when you were standing in mountain pose, right? Abdomen active and engaged, lifting tall through the crown, feeling strong and sturdy. From there, turning the shoulders to face the long edge of the mat, and then opening up those arms, warrior two. Gaze looking at what's coming towards you, resting in the absolute certainty that you have everything you need to succeed. And in the moments where you cannot do that for yourself, the universe provides the loving guidance of those around us to carry us in those times. Inhale, that front hand lifts towards the ceiling. Back hand comes to that back leg. Breathing deep here. Changing this pose drastically by just shifting a few things. And then inhale to come back to that warrior two. Exhale to come back to peaceful warrior. Option here to also straighten out that front leg as you come up. How much movement do you want to bring? How much heat do you want to bring to your practice, to your body, to your life? Those are big questions. And moving with the timing of your breath. Doesn't have to necessarily be my timing, but what's your timing? When's the last time you asked yourself that? What's your timing? All right, the next time you straighten that leg out, when you exhale, arms come back, but the legs stay as they are. And then the hands begin to slide forward as the hips come back. Once you've gone as far as you can, then pivot the arms, just the arms, keeping that abdomen active and engaged here. So no slumping, no rounding. Always, this hand could be on the hips, or if you wanted to, you could make a bind by bringing that arm back around the body and tucking the fingers into that right inner thigh, lifting the gaze, or down on the earth. You can choose where your gaze is. One more big breath into the nose here. You've come into that bind. Lift that hand up towards the sky. If the hand is on the hips, lift it up. Exhale. That top hand comes to the bottom hand. Take about a half or quarter step up, coming into pyramid pose. Hips squared towards the front of the mat here. Abdomen is still active and engaged here. So if I don't engage my abdomen, my shoulders like kind of slump, but we want that nice flat back here. I want integrity to your poses so that you are doing yoga for, let's say, another 100 years. Let's make it happen. Big deep breaths here. And then inhale, bend that front leg, hands come down to the ground. Step that front foot back to the back foot, coming in to plank, holding this here. And then placing the right hand under the face, roll onto the sides of the feet and lift that hand up towards the sky. Always an option here to drop that bottom knee to offer yourself a little bit more support. And we're coming into this other expression of the posture. No right or wrong, just what is. Big breath in, exhale, left hand comes to the earth, replaces under the face, rolling onto the sides of the feet or stacking the feet if you want a little bit more heat to the practice. Breathing deep. And exhale, drop that hand down, returning back to your plank. And then from here, slowly lowering down. Hands under the shoulders, with so much grace. Forehead, mouth, or chin to the mat. Elbows tucked into the side body here. And then inhale, pressing in to the pelvis, the tops of the leg, the tops of the feet, rising up to a baby cobra or pressing all the way up to an upward facing dog. Yogi's choice. Exhale to slowly lower it down. Bring one cheek to the mat and pause. Inhale, hands come straight back behind you, palms down. This time pressing into the pelvis. Lift the shoulders, the arms, the legs, the feet up off the ground. Exhale to soften, bring it down. Other side of the face. Inhale, hands come under the shoulders, tucking into the side body. Inhale and lift to your baby cobra or upward dog. Exhale to lower it down, cheek to the mat, hands back and behind. Inhale, pressing into the pelvis, lifting the arms, the shoulders, the legs, the feet up off the ground. And exhale to soften, turn the head, other cheek to rest. Inhale to roll onto the back now. As gently and gracefully as you can. And this time, bending the knees, soles of the feet flat on the earth. Palms come down to the body either side in a V shape. Make sure you can just touch your heels with your middle fingers here. And then option, if you have a block nearby, try placing that block in between the knees here. Just as like to explore, even if you've done this pose 100 times before or 1,000 times before, you're like, Kayla, I know what I'm doing. Doesn't matter. Just try it out. It's a good idea. It's a way to know your body a little bit better. All right. Inhale, press into the feet, into the shoulders, into the palms here. Squeezing that block with the thighs. And pausing here for 4 breaths. Tapping into that strength, receiving the support of the block if you are using it. Using your breath to support you. Everything around you is here to support you. Everything in the universe is conspiring to see you thrive. One last big deep breath into the nose and exhale to slowly melt the hips back down to the ground. You can move that block out of the way if you are using it. Walk the feet to be the width edge of the mat and then windshield wiper the legs side to side. Oh. All right, inhale, bring those knees back up to center. This time, you're gonna inhale and lift the feet up towards the sky. Now, this, you might love this. This might be your thing. If you want to make it a little easier, you can like scooch the butt up, place the hands just right under the sit bones here. That makes it a little bit easier. Now, if a full shoulder stand is in your practice, you can come into that, placing the hands on the low back to support you. Wherever you are, choose to be there intentionally and breathe. Deep breaths in through the nose and out through the nose. Exhale, bend those knees, Slowly lowering yourself back down to the ground. This time, bring the soles of the feet up towards the sky and grab the outer edges of the feet coming into happy baby. Could also bring the peace fingers around the big toe or the hands to the outside edges of the calves and gently rock side to side. Giving yourself a little extra love here, a little extra kindness here. All right, releasing the outer edges of those feet and coming into a nice big hug here. So hugging the knees in towards the chest, whatever that looks like to you, whatever that means to you, getting a little massage on that upper back, low back. Oh, it feels really good. And then coming into some circles with the knees first in one direction. Nice and gentle here. And then the other. And then let those knees fall all the way to one side, making sure your shoulders stay firmly rooted to the earth. If they start to come up, then lift those knees up a little bit. And again, if you have a block nearby or even a pillow or something else, you can use that as a prop under the knees to help support them. So you're lifting the earth up. You're there giving them some loving guidance and support so that you can keep those shoulders rooted. And then open up the arms in a big Texas T, arms straight out at shoulder height, and then turning the head to look in the opposite direction of those knees. Breathing deep here, surrendering to this pose, knowing that supine twists are known for their ability to release. So if there's anything blocking you in your journey of receiving, there's anything blocking you from just absolutely loving the skin you're in, now would be the time to let go of that. We don't have any more room for that in our lives. Inhale to bring knees to center, gaze to center. And then exhale to come to the other side. Acknowledging that this side of the body may need a prop even though the other didn't, or vice versa. It's all good. Softening to receive the support of the earth beneath you. Letting gravity do its thing. Inhale one more time. Knees to center, gaze to center, and exhale to extend out in preparation for Shavasana. So anytime you can take care to make this journey a little bit more nourishing to you, now would be the time to do so. Palms up. Take a moment just to thank your body for everything that it just did in the past hour. Thank yourself for being here. And thank the universe for the endless support that you receive every day. You found that imagery of being in that circle of support, and you can return to it now as you drift off into your Shavasana. Beginning to wiggle the fingers and toes. Oh, coming back to the space, taking any final movements that feel ooey gooey good to you. I roll onto one side. Perhaps it's the right side, bringing those organs into alignment, using that lower arm as a pillow for the head. Pausing here for a breath cycle in through the nose and out through the nose. No rush. You can stay here as long as you need to. For those of us that need to skedaddle, pressing into that hand and making your way back up to a comfortable seated position. Closing the practice with 3 ohms. Taking a big deep breath in. Om. 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 My wish for you on this day and every day that follows is peace of body, peace of heart, and peace of mind. Namaste. All right, my loves, be well. I hope you're feeling that body love, universal support juju going on. And we'll see you next time. Bye.